Hey everyone, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is that time again, time to talk about beauty favorites, things that I've been loving and using in the month of May. Let's go ahead and dive in. First, starting off with a not fashion favorite, the only one in this video. Don't worry, we'll get to beauty. But I've kind of been obsessed with like off the shoulder or cold shoulder shirts. I felt like my wardrobe needed a style or like a neckline change since that's pretty much all you see of me. And as the weather warms up, I've been pulling out my warm weather clothes and it's all like higher neckline, like t-shirt style things. So I thought I would just zhuzh up my wardrobe. And I've been getting, it's an awful habit because it's so easy to do, been getting into Amazon clothing shopping. I ordered a couple dresses from there, was really pleased with those, and so I went on to find a couple tops, and no joke, I ordered like 6 or 7 of these tops. So get ready to see a lot of them here in videos coming up soon, but it's because I'm just very into it. I feel like it's gonna be nice when we get into the dead of summer. I can get the neckline of something off the shoulder, but these straps help just keep, I'm not constantly pulling it up because these straps are here. That's nice. Alrighty, now on to beauty. I have a couple carryovers from the last month. It doesn't seem like it's been a month since I talked about this, but the Butter Collection palette from Physicians Formula launched apparently about a month ago. I have the light medium set, and basically inside you get a butter bronzer in just the shade bronzer, which is still very weird, I think, to a lot of people. A blush in the shade Natural Glow, 2 limited edition highlighters, and then 1, I think it's limited edition fragrance, but fingers crossed they make it permanent after people tell them how much they love it because it's amazing. I've really been liking this just because it's so easy to reach for because it's a full face in one palette. But one of you guys actually alerted me to this, that a separate exclusive set recently launched on Ulta, and I think they just announced it like today on Physicians Formula's Instagram that it's also available on their site as well. But it includes a full-size bronzer, because this is not full-size, a full-size blush, this is full-sized, and then 1 highlighter, but it's pearl, so it's not a limited edition highlighter, and then there's a body butter in there too, and maybe the fragrance, yes, the fragrance is in there too, but they made the swap for the other highlighter for a body butter instead. And I was so tempted to get it until I realized that the highlighter was a permanent shade. If they had put one of these in here, specifically Galactic, because it's my absolute favorite, I would have jumped on it in a second because I'm so scared they're not going to make this permanent after this palette is no longer available. But really the only upside to having it is either for the body butter or in case you wanted full-size products, but it is over twice as expensive as this. I think it's 30 bucks for that collection and this was only 12. So yeah, after I learned a little bit more about it, I decided it wasn't for me, but in case you guys were curious and you care less about the highlighter, you're more about getting like a full-size bronzer or want the body butter instead, maybe consider checking that out. Then the foundation I've been liking is the Influencer from Sunday Riley. This has just been a really nice natural looking foundation. It's buildable. It says it's supposed to be full coverage. I feel like I'm repeating myself from last month, but still holds true. Says it's full coverage. I would say it's like medium full coverage, which I don't mind because I kind of like the lighter coverage and especially the lighter feel as the weather warms up. But just in case you're looking at this like a natural looking and feeling full coverage foundation, yes please, I wouldn't say it's the fullest coverage out there. So just be aware of that, but beyond that, really like it for how it looks and wears on the skin throughout the day. And my shade, in case it helps for reference, is 170. Oh, I also want to clarify, it is not what I'm wearing on my face today. In fact, I don't think I'm wearing any of my favorites on my face today because I'm trying some new products, specifically from CYO Beauty. I recently shared a video talking about this 3-in-1 shadow liner and mascara product. I had a few other products that they'd sent me to try out, but in the comments of that video, a lot of you guys had asked for like a full brand rundown, so I ran to the closest Walgreens to me that had it and did a pretty sizable haul. So I'm actually wearing a lot of their products today, currently testing the foundation, brows, pretty much everything. Pretty much everything except for the eyes and the lips are CYO, in case you're curious. For primers, which is so odd to say since I have historically not been a primer person, but yet here I have 2 that I've been liking. They are the Smashbox and Vlada, the 2 that come in her collaboration with them. The Petal Metal Primer and the Petal Metal Shimmer Spray, both of which I talk about in a recent 5 things I'm trying lately. And I just love the glow they give my skin when I apply them under makeup. The Shimmer Spray is obviously a little bit thinner than the cream primer, so if you have oily, like very oily combo skin, maybe reach for this first before you go in for the primer. But I also have to say, typically Smashbox primers do not work out for me. They are that slippery rubbery silicone-y feel, and so I was shocked to experience that this did work for me in terms of keeping my makeup together. It didn't break apart, didn't make it feel like my makeup was going to melt down throughout the day like the rest of them kind of do. And so if you do have combo skin like I do, you might want to consider this guy. I recently though had to lean on this one a little bit more heavier recently just because I'd been traveling and I hate to check a bag. So I didn't pack this, instead I went for this guy, but it was at the beach, so it's withstood, you know, super humid, rainy beach weather the whole time there. Speaking of travel, and actually to backtrack a little bit, I did not take this guy with me when I went because it is bulky, something a lot of you guys commented about in that review, asking if it could be depotted because while it is a decent vanity piece, it's not really practical for travel because it just takes up so much room. So rather than take this, I mean, I did pop out the fragrance because it just says summer to me, so I took that with, but I swapped the palette out for these. First, let's talk bronzer. This is the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. They came out with this in their recent Beached collection, and so it looked like it would be my skin tone. The other one they came out with, I think it's Sunkissed or something like that, but it's a little bit more pinky undertone, so this one was a closer match to me, and I really like the way it applied. Very smooth, nice and pigmented, easy to build. You have a little mirror in here, which is nice. But it looks very similar to the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer when applied. So for as much as I like this, it's hard for me to make that recommendation knowing that there's something that I think performs just as well, but at a drugstore price range. That said, if you are interested in the Beach collection, because it does have like this limited edition packaging, if that's your thing, you like to collect makeup, just know that it is actually good product. It applies beautifully, wears beautifully. I just think that when push comes to shove, I'll reach for the Butter Bronzer sooner. And the blush that I've been using is from LA Colors. It's a Rad Rouge blush in the shade As If. Love a good Clueless reference. And I picked it up at Family Dollar. I partnered with them a week and a half-ish or so back to take over their Instagram page where I like took you shopping and then showed you how to create a look with the products and even like brushes and tools that I got. So you can go check that out there. This video is not sponsored though. I just really liked and continue to use this product after picking it up. But what I liked especially about it is that it's kind of a shade shifter. Like it looks pink in the viewfinder as I see it here, but in some lights it has a peachy hue. So it's a really versatile kind of blush, which is why I felt comfortable taking it as the only one when I traveled, because whether I wanted to do like kind of a warmer bronzy eye or pair it with like a pinky or berry lip, it really kind of fit the mood no matter what. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like a very versatile blush, although I feel like it really is coming off as pink here, but trust me, it can be versatile in terms of how and where you pair it. And last is a highlighter. This is a rediscovered product that when I was just kind of packing everything in my bag, I didn't have a single highlighter within arm's reach. And so I went to my highlighter drawer and I just kind of grabbed something that I knew would be good, one of those impulse grabs. It was a Milani highlighter, and I so forgot how much I love these. This is the Day Glow Strobe Light. No, it's a Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder in the shade number 2, or Day Glow. I had a more pinky tone one, but I figured this soft golden champagne, like it's not bold gold, it's just like a soft champagne-y gold. I thought this would be the most versatile when traveling, and I used it everywhere. I mean, literally geographically everywhere, but also face, body, because I, was wearing like more dresses and just more shoulder bearing, more collarbone. And so I literally put my hand in it and just like rubbed it all over everywhere. And especially if you've already applied or you mix it with a body lotion, it's gonna stick and it's not gonna transfer all over everything. So that's my little tip for that, because the first time I did it, it was a little powder. I mean, it is a powder. So while it did blend into my skin, there wasn't really a medium there to kind of grab hold of it. So if you do this like me, be sure you have something like an oil or a lotion of sorts to help kind of grip onto that product. And once it's there, ooh, you shine bright like a diamond. And I'm a fan. And finally, let's talk about mascara. The CoverGirl Peacock Flare is one that I was using and loving in April, kind of carried over into the beginning of May. And in misplacing it, aka there is a ton of clutter you don't see off camera here. So things get misplaced or just frankly lost in the clutter. I had to reach for something else, and in looking around in my stash, I rediscovered the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar X Fiber, and I forgot how much I liked it. On the one side, you have this primer, but it's actually like a regular black mascara. It's just on a smaller, more precise wand. You can use it to get a very thin layer across your lashes, great for building volume, but still keeping your lashes separate. And then on the second phase, or the second side, it's more of a curled bigger curled mascara wand, and the formula has fibers in it, so it helps you build that length a little bit more, and I just really love it. Of course, it is not what I'm wearing today. I'm actually trying out something new from Butter London. It's their Stroke of Wow Volumizing Mascara, just in case you're curious, but this, the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar, is what I have been using every day since making this switch. And that is it. All of my favorites for the month of May. A few more rediscovered favorites, I feel like, more than usual. Let me know if you're rediscovering anything in your collection down in the comments below, or if there are any new things, maybe things that I'm not even aware of that are out there that you've been loving. Let me know that down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.